Roll call.
Commissioner Jordan, we have as absent. Commissioner Baez, we have as absent. Commissioner Purdy,
Commissioner
Commissioner Timmons,
Present.
Commissioner Scott Roundtree, we have as absent. Commissioner De Silva,
Present.
Commissioner James.
Here.
Commissioner Austin,
Here.
Co-Chair Witcher, we have as absent. Chair Richardson,
Here.
we have a quorum, Chair.
Thank you. Let's move to an adjournment. It's CPB 25-02, 291-297 South Orange Avenue, and Ms. Perez.
Good evening, Jennifer Krill Perez of Connell Foley on behalf of Community Planning and Housing Development Corp. We are before the board requesting an adjournment of the hearing. We received the planner's report late this afternoon and would like an opportunity to review and certainly address some of the items that were raised therein. And so if we can, we'd like to adjourn to the next possible meeting and preserve notice.
Madam Secretary?
Yes, the next available meeting was September 8th, but I believe you have a conflict, Ms. Carrillo Perez, so we agreed to September 22nd.
Correct.
And your notice will be preserved, and we will see you then.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too. All right, let's go back to the top. And it's an extension, CPB 22-121, which is 723-811 Freeland Heights Avenue and 35 Foster Street. Ms. Babs.
Yes, we have Mr. Oliveira representing the applicant today.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Michael Oliveira with the offices of Chiesa, Shanian, and Gian Tomasi appearing on behalf of the applicant. We're here this evening requesting an extension of the minor subdivision approval that was originally granted by this board, along with preliminary and final site plan approval for the construction of a film studio at this site. And that was the meeting that was held on December 5th of 2022. Following the approval, the applicant has diligently pursued all the required acquisitions of these properties, and they've encountered delays in obtaining those approvals. So therefore, we can't legally finish the subdivision until there's common ownership. You originally had granted an extension of this approval until June 13th, 2025. My office made a request prior to that expiration, and we're here this evening requesting that this matter be extended for an additional one-year period until June 13th of 2026. It's our hope that by that time, the issues that are still in existence would be resolved and that we can proceed to perfect the minor subdivision. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Board, any questions or comments on this extension? Hearing none, are there any extensions or any comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Board.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy,
Second.
second by Commissioner Timmons. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes. Sorry about that.
no problem. Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Timmons,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, extension has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Have a great evening.
Yeah,
Chair
sorry,
Commissioner Baez is here.
Mr. Baez.
sorry, I was
No worries, brother. Let's go to CPB 22-38, which is 566-570 Springfield Avenue and 641-645 South 12th Street. And this is a reconsideration of a 2-year extension that was denied previously. Mr. Beck.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, is counsel of record, Ms. Lomello?
Hi, good evening. I'm here.
Yes, Ms. Lomello, the board is reconsidering the motion that was made previously. offer you the opportunity to make a opening statement as to why the board should A, reconsider it, and B, I guess you would look to proffer new evidence that the board may not have reconsidered or considered at the appropriate time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Beck. Board, I appreciate the opportunity. At the last meeting or that the board considered the extension request for this project, there was discussion over potential construction at the site and whether resolution compliance was satisfied. The reason for the request for reconsideration is because under the statute, the request for an extension is to allow the applicant opportunity to finish the resolution compliance process, to allow them additional time to complete the items that need to be completed in order for permits to be issued. At the last hearing, there was a little confusion over whether the engineering memos had been issued. So we do have some new evidence on that. The water and sewer memorandum has been issued, and so the project has completed resolution compliance for water and sewer. Although there are no other items outstanding, the engineering letter is outstanding, and as we understand, will be issued in the next few weeks. So that will allow the applicant to submit for permits. In addition to that, there was a question over the footings and foundations that were constructed, and those were constructed. Permits obviously need to be issued on that. And we've had discussions with the building departments, and if there's any fines associated with that, then obviously we will comply with those fines. But ultimately, those are not considerations in the ordinance for the site plan approval extension. And I certainly never recommend to any developer that they move forward more quickly than they should be permitted to move forward. Obviously, there's consequences to that. But the applicant needs to show diligence in trying to obtain permits and undergoing the resolution compliance process, which I believe, ultimately we have shown here. There are no other outstanding issues other than the issuance of the resolution compliance letter from engineering, and then permits can be submitted to the building department. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, recognizing co-chair Richard. I'm sorry. Were you done?
Yes, if the board has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Okay, so I think it was there were some other issues, if I'm not mistaken, Commissioner Purdy had raised about the picture that you showed the board in terms of the work that was done, and what Commissioner Purdy said that it was considerably more work done than that. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. So the applicant has discussed the issue with the building department, and the building department has reviewed the work that has been done, and to the extent that there's a fine that needs to be issued, if it's issued, it'll be paid. That is somewhat outside of the request for the extension, but we don't have a fine yet from the building department.
Mr. Chairman, if I might jump in. So counsel, so I understand that you're acknowledging that there may have been some issues with pre-construction.
Yes.
And you're anticipating potentially a fine from the building department. But it's your
There may be
legal
one issued. Yeah, there may be. We don't know yet. We haven't heard back from the building department yet on whether there will be a fine issued, but we haven't been discussing it with the building department.
But it's your legal opinion that you're putting on the record that you feel comfortable that in spite of that, you're permitted to move forward and ask this board for an extension.
Yes, because the extension requires, ultimately what the extension does is it allows the applicant to finalize their to finalize their resolution compliance process and to submit 4 permits. If there was work that took place, demolition work or other work that took place outside of what was permitted, that doesn't affect the standards by which the applicant must meet the standards that apply for the extension request. So ultimately, the standards that apply for the extension request are due diligence, right? Have we diligently applied applied and attempted to meet all outside agency approvals? Here really the applicant has been moving forward and working with both engineering and with the water and sewer department to make sure that all the approvals are obtained. And there was, although it's outside, somewhat of an outside issue, I think there was some level of confusion because typically a third party does come in and inspect those footings and foundations. It's not actually done through the building department, and to the extent that there was confusion on anyone's part over work was permitted or not, ultimately it doesn't matter, right? I mean, the permits, if they weren't issued in accordance with what needed to be issued with, the applicant has to pay a fine and has to, have to work with the building department on that issue. Sort of ignorance of that doesn't allay the requirements.
So, Mr. Chairman, I guess it's kind of a conundrum, but with the point of the matter is that the applicant is acknowledging that there were certain mistakes that have been made, that there are ramifications that the city can impose upon them. If the board chose to grant them the extension, there's still the general public or anybody else that decided that they wanted to challenge it. They could vis-a-vis a prerogative writ action. So the board, I guess, pretty much has to weigh the testimony of what happened with the application. There seems to be some mistakes. There is some opportunities for the city to correct them. And once again, like I said, if the board decides to permit it, there are the general public could appeal it and throw out a decision. So it's up to the board to make that decision.
Understood. No, I don't think.
Question.
Commissioner Purdy.
Question.
Commissioner Purdy.
Question. So you told me the engineer department been out there already?
I'm sorry.
I want to know if the engineering department been out there to inspect that place. You just can't build something, nobody looked at it, and you say, "Oh, I'll take the penalty later on," or whatever. What's going on?
No, I agree with that. So in terms of the resolution compliance aspects of it, we've been addressing changes or resolution changes that the engineering department wants. For the footings and foundations that were constructed, there is a third party company that has to come in and inspect them because there's no one from the city building department that actually inspects the footing and foundations. Those are all done by a third party company. That third party company has come out and they've inspected and they've approved the footings and foundations. We're not taking the position that the fact that they've been approved alleviates the responsibility to ensure that the proper permits were issued first. And we have discussed this issue with the building department. The building department is going to review everything. And if they believe a fine is necessary, they will issue that fine. But they have been inspected and they've passed that inspection.
And are they still working on the site?
Yeah.
So work has shut down.
Work is shut down.
Okay.
That was, and again, it's not to say that the ignorance of the issue should, give anyone a pass. But I think the miscommunication was because there is a third party that does inspect the footings and foundations, that there was a permission. There was permission to move ahead when there really wasn't. And so that was the disconnect. And again, we're not saying that that alleviates the issue, or that the applicant shouldn't work with the building department to, pay any fines that they believe is appropriate here. It wasn't necessarily intentional. And the applicant is available if the board wants to speak with the applicant directly. That issue is sort of separate and apart from the extension. And, in terms of what the standard is for the extension, by extending the site plan approval, it allows the construction, obviously it allows the construction to get into that phase where we can get permits issued. And ultimately, we're hopeful to get the engineering letter, resolution compliance letter, by the end of this week, probably maybe early next week. And we do have water and sewers letter was issued on July 3rd. And then we can apply for permits, which certainly the building department can hold pending resolution of any fines.
Understood. Commissioner Purdy, any other questions?
No, I just think they should wait till they go through the proper channel, get through all the inspections done, and come back again.
And I think the inspection of the footings and foundation was done, and that was submitted to the building department. The reports April.
You said you think.
No. The footings and foundations were inspected already. In April, we have the report from April that was submitted to the building department.
That's approved.
The work was inspected, but ultimately there's no permit for the work.
But it got approved, you saying?
Yeah, yes, to the extent that they could have an approval without the permit. It's the only reason why I hedged, just because I don't want to make it seem as if.
It sounds confusing. I mean, you said.
Yeah. They were approved. The footings and foundations were approved, but there was no permit issued initially. That's the only reason why.
That part we know. What about the third party approval? But what about that?
That is the third party approval. That third party approval would have been required even if the permit was issued. It's just how the building department inspects footing and foundations. It's not actually done through the city. It's done through a third party inspection company. So that process is the same, would have been the same, even if there was a permit issued first. I just don't want to make representation to the board that would make it seem as if the permit was issued by, ultimately I think a permit needs to be issued before we can call it an approval, but it was inspected and it was past the inspection.
Recognizing Commissioner Roundtree, AJ has his hand up. Let's get him sworn in, Mr. Beck.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear the testimony about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation to this record.
My name is Abdullah Jamali, Principal Engineer for the Department of Water and Sewer.
Thank you.
I just wanted to clarify for the record, Mr. Chair, that a formal approval letter has not been provided for this project, but based on my conversation with the engineer we've had over for the couple of weeks, in concept, we have agreed with the project itself, with the design.
Thank you so much. Very helpful.
We have the.
Yeah, I was, the gentleman pretty much just say what I was going to, thank you right away. I was just asking about if it's all the permit is already approval, I don't see why not, but if it's something that's missing, I recommend it to our journal to come back to us.
So the permits have not been issued. They have not gone out for permits as of yet. The only thing that has been done is a third party has checked the footings and foundations and checked off and signed off on those. So without the extension, they can't go out and get the permit.
Okay.
Did I get that right?
This process is necessary for the next step, which is final resolution compliance letters and then submission of permits. And again, the applicant representative of the applicant is available to answer questions as well.
Commissioners, any other questions or comments?
Chair, I have a question.
Co-chair with you.
Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for allowing me to join a little late. But my question is, what happens if we do not approve this extension? And I guess that question is from Mr. Beck.
Well, I'm kind of put on the hot seat in a sense, and I'm ultimately going to leave that decision or confirmation of your question to council. I'm suggesting a legitimate request is made for reconsideration. Council has acknowledged that something fell through the cracks. They've attempted to comply with what's outstanding. There may be fines that they're willing to pay. We've heard from Water and Sewer that they have an understanding of what needs to happen. An extension basically just allows the applicant to move forward to do what they're rightfully supposed to be doing. It's not to be punitive to deny it. So, and council can jump in if necessary. I don't see where the board subjects itself to any liability to allowing the applicant to move forward. I think based upon the testimony of council, I feel it was a good faith effort putting it forward. Perhaps the developer did not allow the attorney as much information that was necessary to advance the application. But based upon what I've heard, and I'm not a voting member, I would say that the board should consider moving it forward.
Thank you, Mr. Beck. Co-chair, to answer your question.
It answers one question. The other question I have, I think, carries back to the question that Commissioner Purdy was asking. Do we know if the city is already in process? I know that Mr. Jamali stated that Water and Sewer were in conversation, but do we know of engineering?
Now he referenced Water and Sewer and engineering.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Commissioner Purdy?
I will move it forward as long as they get penalized.
Yeah, well, that's 90% is gonna happen. Okay, Madam Secretary, anybody from the public wishing to speak?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
So
Motion to move with a penalty.
second.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, second by Commissioner James. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Timmons,
Yes, with the same conditions that Commissioner Purdy put on it.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your extension has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Tell your client from going forward to slow down.
I have communicated that in a number of ways. So
All right, let's move to the next application, which is CPB 25-46, 10-14, Brinsmead Place.
Yes. This is my application as well. Chris, I don't know if you want to introduce it first.
Go ahead.
You just did. You good.
Okay. Thank you. Again, for the record, Lisa Lamello from Murphy, Sterling, Wilkes. This is actually a fully conforming minor subdivision. There's no variances associated with this application. We do have the architect for the project available if there's any questions from the board. It has been preliminarily approved by the engineering department. the subdivision of the lot, which is being purchased from the city, will result in two fully conforming lots. As part of this application, there's no buildings being proposed. When the buildings are proposed, they will also be fully conforming. And if they are not, it will be as a three-family, it'll be back before this board because it will be a variance. But the site plan, or excuse me, not the site plan, the floor plan at this time does not call for any variances. The existing structures are to be removed. It'll be a vacant, fully conforming lot. To the extent that there's any tree removals, because this was a question in the planning letter, to the extent that there's any tree removal required, that will be done in conjunction with demolition and building permits, and so that will have to be reviewed by the building department. But that will be done to allow any structures or any demolition to take place. Other than that, there's no variances associated with the project, and the applicant looks forward to purchasing the lot from the city and eventually putting fully conforming three-family homes on the site.
Board, any questions or comments about the subdivision? Seeing none, any questions from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Purdy, second by Commissioner Baez. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Simmons,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott Roundtree,
Absent.
Commissioner James,
Yes.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes. The application has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Enjoy
Let's
the
move-
rest of your evening.
Let's move to CPB 25-29, which is 27-29 Shelley Street. Mr. Velozzi.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, everyone. Noemi Velozzi on behalf of the applicant Oak Builders, Inc. for the application CPB 25-29 for the premises at 27-29 Sly Street. And I am looking for my engineer.
Who do you have, Mr. Velozzi?
Ms. Pamako, I believe. No, Jennifer Palermo. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oops.
There she is. She's on, Mr. Velozzi.
If Mr. Beck, can we have her sworn in, please?
Absolutely. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation to this record.
My name's Jennifer Palermo. I'm principal at Palermo Edwards Architecture.
Thank you. Counsel, if you want to qualify her or?
Sure.
Nah, she's been here so many times. Your license current?
Yes, it is.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Palermo, have you reviewed the professional reports from the city of Newark?
Yes,
And are we okay with all of them?
we are.
Okay. Could you please take us through the subdivision and then the plans?
Sure. You can see the survey.
Yes.
Okay, great. So we have an existing lot on Schley and Nye Avenue, right on the corner. The existing lot is approximately 50 foot by 100 foot. It's irregularly shaped. It's a bit of a trapezoid, if you will. We are proposing to subdivide the lot in half, basically, into two 25 by 100 foot lots, more or less. I know the board usually likes to see the proposed plans when considering a subdivision. Would you like me to pull those up?
Yes, please.
Okay. I don't know if I have to change my screen sharing. So we are taking a I'm sorry, I can't see my plans on my screen. So we are proposing to put a 3-family home on the subdivided lot that is right along Nye Avenue. So this is the perimeter of the boundary of the existing lot. This is where we are proposing to put our property line. Since this is street facing, this building can be up against the property line, and we are providing 3-foot setback on the side here. We are providing 2-car parking on the driveway or off of Nye Avenue with a driveway, and this will be a 3-family home, 3 flats, all basically the same from the first floor to the 3rd floor. Would you like me to focus more on the site plan issues or more on the plans?
Take us through the site plan and then the plans.
Okay. So so the site plan here, this will remain vacant. We have a landscaped area off of the side here. We are providing an asphalt driveway to have the 2 required parking spaces for the 3-family home. We are allowed to have 1 10-foot curb cut, and that is what we are providing. Our front yard setback on Nye Avenue is from 1/4 foot to 1.4 feet. And then our setback off of the other front yard along Schley Street is 6 foot with a grass area and a concrete walk to the front entryway. And we have our air conditioning units in the back over here along the side where the driveway is. We are planting 4 street trees along with the other 2 trees that will be planted adjacent to the parking area.
Okay. Can you take us through the plans, Ms. Palermo?
Sure. Getting a little ahead of myself. So we have basically 3 3-bedroom apartments, 1 on each floor. Each one has is approximately 1,200 square feet. We've got our master bedroom is 14'6" by 11. Our second bedroom is almost 11 foot by 10. And our 3rd bedroom is also almost 11 foot by 10. And that is the same up all 3 floors. And here we have the front elevation facing Schley Street. This is the left side elevation. We have brick on the Schley Street side. We have vinyl siding on the inner side yard. And then we have, I'm sorry, I can't read that. Oh, and then we have regular vinyl siding on the 2nd and 3rd floor with some fish scale vinyl siding as an accent in the middle of the building facing Nye. I also have a rendering, which I should bring up. It's here somewhere. So I think can you see the rendering?
No, not yet.
Not yet? I'm sorry, I'll have to stop the share and reshare. So this is the rendering of the building.
Thank you, Ms. Palermo. Mr. Chairman, I don't have any other questions for Ms. Palermo.
Thank you, Ms. Palermo. Commissioners, questions or comments?
Yes.
Oh,
Commissioner Purdy.
Yeah, I want to know if you have any backyard space back there?
We have a tiny little side yard.
No backyard space.
No, it's a corner lot. So essentially,
Okay.
we've got 2 front yards and 2 side yards. So there actually is no yard.
How much space is in the side yard?
How much space is in the side yard?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see. So we have 33 feet from the building to the property line, except that about 3/4 of that is taken up by asphalt for the parking. So not a lot.
No space for the kids to go.
No.
Okay.
Chair, if I may, Mr. Velozzi, can we just mark the rendering as Exhibit A1?
Please do.
Thank you.
Mr. Trafficante has his hand up. Get him
Good
sworn
evening,
in.
Mr. Trafficante. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is truthful?
I do.
Yes, you are the engineer for the city of Newark, correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Thank you. In the Department of Engineering's report to the Planning Board dated June 26, 2025, on page 3, under item 2, Roman numeral 9. Survey shows an existing chain link fence that runs along the north side yard property line within the adjoining lot 46 to the south. Applicant shall provide testimony to the board as to who this existing fence belongs to, and should it belong to the property owners of adjoining lot 46 to the south. What approvals easements exist within subject lot 47 to allow this existing fence to remain where and as it is. Should no approvals easements exist, applicant property owner shall provide additional testimony to the board as to the future disposition of this existing fence encroachment should the board approve this application. Ms. Palermo, can you address that?
Well, there is no easement that I'm aware of. It looks like the fence belongs to the neighbor to the south, which means it's encroaching on our property. And I would say that if putting the fence back onto our property line creates a hardship for the existing building next door, either through access from the backyard to the front, we would endeavor to maintain that access if we can.
All right. Aside from that, all the remaining comments in the Department of Engineers report to the Planning Board dated June 26, 2025, can you comply with, address?
The engineering comments.
Say again?
You're talking about the engineering comments.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I am told by my engineer that is a yes.
All right. That includes the lighting, meeting the minimums at the
Yes.
doorways and the walkways and not exceeding the maximums at the property lines.
Yes, sir.
All right. And stormwater. That includes groundwater mounting analysis. Because you're proposing a dry well. That's a state requirement.
I'm told that we have changed our strategy and are going with a pipe system.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is that?
Mr. Trafficante, were these comments included in your original report, or is these additional comments?
No, these are comments in our original report dated June 26th, unless she's confusing it with 110 McWater, which was the same issue. Where
No,
she
I guess I take fault. I should have asked counsel whether he had read your report and he agreed to comply with all the conditions. So, counsel, having had the opportunity to receive that report and having reviewed it with your expert, do you agree to be fully compliant with the conditions that have laid out in Mr. Trafficante's report?
Mr. Beck, both myself and I asked the same question to Ms. Palermo, and we do agree to comply with all the requirements in all of the reports.
Thank
All
you.
right. Fine.
There you
No
go.
further questions. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir. All right. Board, any questions or comments from Ms. Palermo? Hearing none. Next witness.
Chair, I'm
Uh,
sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Pelosi. Chair, Ms. Gruhl has her hand raised. The planner.
Thank you.
Thank you. If I might, Ms. Gruhl, I have to swear you in. Do you
Yes.
solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you, and please identify yourself for the record and your affiliation.
Yes, we are the planning, our firm is the planning consultants to the board. And I just want to confirm, because we did have several comments and questions, whether certain things would trigger a variance. I don't know whether this witness would answer those or whether another witness would answer those. I know we talked about transparency and testimony on that, and illumination levels, which the engineer spoke about. Also clarifying the type of tree or shrub that would be planted. And again, I'm not sure whether it is this applicant or this expert, or whether you have a different expert for that. But I just want to clarify that. Also having to do with garbage collection and storage. So those are my questions.
Mr. Chairman, if I might go back to the applicant's attorney, and I should have done this earlier, and we'll do it with the next application, everyone moving forward. Council, having read and received the reports from the various experts from the city, do you agree to comply with all the conditions that have been laid out?
Mr. Beck, we do, but if additional testimony is needed, Ms. Palermo could provide the answers to satisfy Ms. Gruhl.
But conditionally, you agree to comply with everything?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you.
Ms. Gruhl, is there anything specific you'd like them to put on the record?
Yes, I would suggest that the architect talk about the transparency, the variances for the transparency for the street and non-street facing facade, just a discussion a bit on that.
Ms. Palermo?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry. So I understand that we have no transparency on the one side of the building facing our vacant lot next door. We are prepared to comply with that requirement of 10%. And I believe the front actually does comply. Oh, no, it doesn't. Sorry. Well, we have one street facing side facade that does not, and we will modify our plans to comply.
Thank you.
And you also asked about trash.
Oh, yes, sorry. The trash will be located, I guess it would be directly behind the parking area, but it will be behind the house, sort of on the side yard. If I can show you the plan, if that's what you would prefer.
Can you please, Ms. Palermo?
Sure. 1 second. So here we have a grass area and our condensers, and the trash cans will be going along right here at the back, right adjacent to our vacant lot next door and next to the parking area.
Thank you.
Okay. Board, any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Next witness.
Those are my witnesses, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, in that case, Madam Secretary, anybody from the public wishing to speak?
Yes, we have someone.
Okay, let's get them sworn in.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear
One
that
sec. Mr. Beck, they're not on yet. 1 second.
I have a delayed reaction? I'm in another country, so.
Just waiting for them to accept. Okay. Should be joining us now. Janice, if you could come off of mute and turn your camera on. There we
Yes.
go.
I need to be sworn in.
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and address for the record.
Denise Relaford Apollo, Pavilion Apartments, City of Newark, New Jersey. So I have 3 questions. So I heard something about trees. How many are required and how many trees are they putting on the property? The second thing is that if this is going to be, I'm so sorry. If they are putting it in an environment where there's going to be children and the children have no type of access for play or whatever, that is something that maybe the lots should be reconsidered, the lot size. And the third thing is that why is it necessary to divide the lots? And are these going to be two family homes or what? Because I wasn't clear on that because there was so much back and forth conversation. I would like those 3 questions answered. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the to answer the question about
You can start with the trees if you want.
thank you. I'm not, I have to look at the zoning chart. Hold on 1 second. So we are required to provide 1 tree, 1 on-site tree and 1 street tree. And we are providing 4 street trees and 2 on-site trees.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
As far as the area for children to play, all I can say is that we meet the bulk requirements that are required by the City of Newark.
And what was your last question?
Oh, the last question was what's happening with the lot next door? And
Oh yeah, why subdivide it if you're only putting the 1 property?
right. And as far as I know, there is no plan to develop this lot, as far as I know. We could talk to the owner.
Did that answer your questions?
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes.
You're
But
very
I
welcome.
just think that, yeah, thank you.
Madam Secretary.
I'm seeing no other questions, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion. Could you stop sharing your screen, please?
Sure thing.
Moving the chair.
Moved by Commissioner Baez.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Purdy. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott Roundtree,
Absent.
Commissioner Timmons,
Yes.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner, he's not here. Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your application has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank you.
move to CPB 24-82, which is 110 McWater. Mr. Veloz.
Good evening once again, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Noemi Velozzi for JF Construction LLC. The application is CPB 24-82 for the property at 110 McWhorter Street, and I do not see my professionals yet.
What do you have, Mr. Velosi?
Can I ask a quick question? Was the previous application supposed to have two approvals, one for the subdivision and one for the planning board application?
No.
No? Okay, sorry.
Give me 1 second. I know it's my architect.
I'm the architect.
Oh, you're on this one as well, Ms. Palermo?
All right.
It's a tough Monday after a long weekend. If we could have Ms. Palermo sworn in, please.
Once again, I'm Ms. Palermo. Do you solemnly swear to testify truthfully?
I do.
And once again, state your name and affiliation to this application.
Jennifer Palermo, Principal, Palermo Edwards Architecture.
And once again, you're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Counsel,
Now,
once
Ms.
again, have you had an opportunity to review the review letters from the various departments of the city of Newark? And do you agree to comply with all of the above?
Mr. Beck, if you recall, this application was adjourned from April 21st because there was one issue that we needed to resolve with the engineering department. And it's my understanding that that is now agreeable. Ms. Palermo, is that correct?
Yes, I am told we have worked it out with engineering and yes.
So, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Beck, yes, we agree to comply with all the conditions of all the memorandums from all of the city professionals.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to make certain that we had that pre-qualified.
Yeah, Ms. Palermo, if you could take us through the plans, please.
Certainly. Okay, we are at 110 McWhorter Street, which is located between Green Street and Elm Street. And it is in the center of the lot. Our lot size is just shy of the required 2,600 square feet at 2,476. It's an existing lot, and our existing lot width does not meet the requirement. We need a height variance for exceeding the 36 feet by just over a foot. Our rear yard is required to be 22 foot, and we are providing 12. Our maximum side yard, we are fine. There is no requirement for lot area per family, and we comply with the lot coverage and the impervious coverage. We also comply with the transparency, and our parkings are parking. We don't have a parking variance. So the lot is very irregularly shaped, as you can see here. It is trying to resolve two separate angles from our adjacent buildings. So you can see here that our building is perpendicular to the street here. But in fact, here it is perpendicular to this property line. So in order to provide the best outcome for the lot, this is how we have proposed to situate our building. And we have parking underneath the building at the first floor. I'm going to go through the plans really quickly.
Kind of way, but I was like, you know, a lot of times maybe I'll be bugging. So
Please mute your device if you're not speaking.
I was like, all right, cool. You know, call my mother for me.
Please continue.
Sure. So here we have our first floor plan. We have a 3-bedroom unit, or we have a 2-bedroom unit. I'm sorry, because one of the bedrooms is now our 2-car garage. It has an entrance off of the side. We have a living dining room area with the kitchen. We have, each unit has its own in-unit washer and dryer and HVAC equipment. Our largest bedroom here is 18 foot 8 by 12 foot. And we have 2 full bathrooms. On our second floor, we have a 3-bedroom unit, where again, our largest bedroom is 18 foot 8 by 12. And then our other 2 bedrooms are 12 foot 8 by 11 foot 2, which are very generously sized. Again, we have in-unit washers and dryers. And our elevation is as such. We have, again, because of the odd angles of the property, we have 2-car garage door, and it is our typical, we have brick hardy plank siding and hardy panel siding on the front, and vinyl siding on the side and the rear. Let me see, I think I have a rendering. Hold on one second. Okay, stop sharing my screen. And this is our rendering.
Thank you, Ms. Palermo.
You're welcome.
All right. Commissioners, questions or comments?
I have a question.
Co-chair with you.
Thank you, Chairman Richardson. Ms. Palermo, or maybe Mr. Velosi, do we know who's gonna live in the house?
I can state that my client owns various properties throughout the city of Newark. He is a businessman down here. He keeps his properties and he rents them. It's all tenants, but it's going to be the applicant will own these properties, though.
Okay, thank you.
Let's get Mr. Trafficante in. Mr. Beck.
Mr.
You're still on the
Trafficante.
oath, sir. Nah, no need to swear. You're still on the oath.
Oh, I don't need to be sworn in?
No.
No.
Okay, all right. New application. Just for the record, I just want to make it a comment, let the board know. Back on June 27th, I spoke with a representative from Grant Engineering. They met with us. They said they would be replacing the dry well with an on-site detention system in accordance with the City of Newark stormwater ordinance. That was to extend the conversation. They didn't have access to a plotter. He could not give us plans, but he told us they can apply everything they can do and report to the board, with the exception of the dry well, which they will replace with a on-site detention system. That's my recollection. I say that to go on record. I bring that to not just the board's attention, but the applicant's professional's attention. Ms. Palermo, if you know of anything different, now's the time to let us know. All right, that's my understanding. If I'm wrong, please correct me.
Yep, that is our understanding.
All right, for the record, let it be known.
Thank you, Ms. Gru. We have Ms. Gru.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just to confirm, in our April memo, we spoke about the suggestion to modify the windows on the one side of the property so that the neighboring building doesn't have windows right adjacent. Ms. Palermo, have you dealt with that at all? Have you considered that? I don't want to get into the details total. I assume you had seen our memo.
Yes.
And
we will comply.
Oh, okay. Very good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioners, any other questions or comments?
Just a comment, Chair. Mr. Bowles, we're going to mark the rendering as Exhibit A1.
Please.
Thank you.
Mr. Veloz, does that complete your presentation?
It does, Mr. Chairman.
In that case, are there any persons from the public wishing to speak?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Motion to approve this application.
Second.
Moved by co-chair Witcher, second by Commissioner Baez. Roll call, Madam Secretary. You got to get in there quicker, Miss Austin.
Commissioner De Silva.
Yes.
Commissioner Purdy.
Yes.
Commissioner Timmons.
Yes.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Co-Chair Witcher,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your application has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
All right, let's move to CPB 25-32, which is 295-297 Sussex Avenue. I think that is Ms. Moore.
Okay.
Good evening, Chair and members of the board. My name is Marsha Moore from the law firm of Post Pollock on behalf of the applicant Benasio Real Estate LLC. I'm just doing a quick glance to make sure my team is in.
I believe everyone's on, Ms. Moore.
Okay, perfect. All right, this is an application for subdivision and preliminary and final site plan. The property is located at 295, 297 Sussex Avenue and identified as block 1884, lot 36. The lot area is approximately 5,443 square feet, and we're proposing to subdivide to create two lots. Each subdivided lot will have a new 3-family dwelling as well as parking. I am in receipt of a number of reports. I am in receipt of the engineer memorandum dated June 30th, water and sewer memorandum dated today, as well as your planning staff report dated July 3rd, 2025. The applicant will agree to comply with all the conditions as conditions of approval. Noted in the staff report, there are some comments that Ms. Gruhl has asked the applicant to address respect to the height as well as the impervious coverage, and we will be discussing that throughout our testimony. However, just a confirmation for Mr. Bett's approval and everyone else, we can agree as those three reports to be conditions of approval. I have two witnesses, actually three witnesses. My first witness will be the architect. We'll discuss proposed subdivision as well as a proposed 3-family, followed by our civil engineer, and last but not least, our planner will be discussing the two variances that we're seeking tonight. So I'd like to bring Mr. Roma, my first witness.
Good evening, Mr. Roman. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Chair, I qualify Mr. Roma, but I feel like he lives here.
Not necessary. You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Romer, you're familiar with this project, correct?
Yes, I am.
All right. And if you can just walk us through preliminary, I've indicated that this is an existing lot and we're seeking to subdivide the lot into two dwellings. If you can walk us through the subdivision first and then dive into the architectural component.
Okay. Can you see the subdivision?
Yes, if you can probably zoom a
Okay.
little bit
All right.
more. Okay.
This is located at Sussex Avenue, 295, 297 Sussex Avenue, and is between 3rd Street and 2nd Street. What we have right now at the site, you can see here in a picture taken by the surveyor. You see that there are garages. My client purchased the property and he wants to demolish the garages and build 2 new 3-families. The lot is irregular lot. You can see lot 3601 to the right will be 26.5 feet by 100 for a total of 2,650 square feet. The lot that is to the left is the frontage is 28.22 by 100, but there is some areas that belongs to the neighbor, to the church that is located in the corner. The total square feet of this new lot will be 2,794. Let me go to my plans. Let me go first to the first page. As I said, we're going to subdivide the lot into two new lots, 36.01 and 36.02. We are located in R3 district. A construction of two new three families is a permitted use. And we are going to have only two variances. One variance is because we want to provide parking. These buildings will have a driveway in between the two properties, and will be a driveway coming to the back where we're going to have three parking spaces for each three family. The requirement by the city is two parking space for a three family, but our client decided to go and provide one parking space per unit. The other variance that we're going to have is because of the let me show you the site plan. Here you can see to the right a new two family. The building will be 20 feet by 57.5, and the one to the left the same size. In between the two buildings, we're going to have the driveway, and going to the back, we have a three parking space for 295 and three parking spaces for 297. We are going to provide two trees in the front of the property, one for each unit. But in the back, because we need maneuvering in and out for the parking area, we will be able only to provide one tree, and you can see this tree in between the two areas of parking. Let me go to the floor plans. Here you can see the first unit to the left. We have the entrance, and as soon as you come in, you have a door to the left. There is an open area, living, dining, kitchen, L-shaped kitchen. And then we have a corridor. First, to the right, we have the laundry room, stackable washer and dryer, and hot water heater and HVAC system. On the corridor, the first thing that we have is a door for a bathroom, 5 by 8, and to the left we have the first bedroom. There is two bedrooms, 9.5 by 9.6, 9.5 by 9.6. And then to the back, we have the master bedroom with a master bathroom and a walk-in closet. And in the back, you can see here, this is the refuse area where we're going to have the recycling and the waste for the building. That will be access from the driveway that goes to the back of the property. The total square feet of this gross area is 1,109 square feet. If we go to the second floor, we come in after the stairs, and we have also a living, dining, kitchen area all open, and a corridor with 3 bedrooms, master bedroom 13.2 by 9.11, walk-in closet for her, full bathroom, and a walk-in closet for his. Then we have another bathroom on the corridor and laundry with a washer and dryer. This is a total of 1,116 square feet, and the third floor is exactly the same. If we go to the other building that will be located at lot 36.02, will be similar of the one that I just showed you. This is the elevation, the front elevation of the building. On the bottom, we have brick. Then we have a fiber cement siding on top of the garage, on top of the door, the main entrance, color light brown. And to the left, we have fiber cement panels, color white. All the windows and the sliding door will be black. On the side, we have a fiber cement siding, color white, all around the building. The other house is similar, just is a mirror of the one that I just showed you. Here is the neighborhood. As I said before, this is the 297, 295 Sussex Avenue, where this garage is going to be demolished and the new 2-3 families will be built. To the left of the property, we have the church on the bottom and 2 apartments above. And to the right, we have an existing 3-family, and there is a couple 3 families in the neighborhood. Let me show you now the rendering. This
And
is
Madam, if we could have this marked as A1, is consistent of 3 sheets.
yes. This is the first one. As I told you before, between these 2 buildings will be a driveway, 10-foot driveway, where the people will park the cars in the back. This is another picture of the how the 2 new 3 families will look like. And this is the last one. And this is my presentation for tonight.
So I just had a couple of questions, Mr. Roma. With respect to one of the comments from the planner was just to confirm the height of the building. I know we're under the requirement for 35 feet, but can just confirm what the height of each building would be.
Yes. The height of the total structure will be on lot 36.01. From the bottom to the peak is 35 feet. That is the maximum requirement for a 3-family. The average height, because of the site, is 33.3. In the back, we're going to have a height of 32 feet 6 inches. That's why, because of the shape of the land, there is a difference between the front will be 35 and in the back will be 32.6. The other unit will have again in the front we'll have a 30. Sorry, 1 second. In the front will be 35 feet, and in the back will be 33.5 feet. And that will meet the requirements for height.
So we're not seeking any relief with respect to the height. We do
No.
conform to the height requirements.
No.
There was another comment regarding the impervious coverage, but I'll have our engineer address that. We are seeking relief with respect to the impervious coverage. Just on one clarification, we conform respect to the shade trees. However, we're deficient 1 on-site tree. Is that correct?
That's correct. We have two trees in the front and 1 in the back.
Okay. I have no further questions.
Thank you. Commissioners, questions or comments for the architect? Hearing none. Next witness.
This time I'd like to bring our engineer, Mr. Adnan Khan, our civil engineer.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Once again, please state your name and affiliation to this application.
Sure. It's Adnan Khan, AWZ Engineering, and I'm the project engineer for this project.
And is your license current?
Yes, they are.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Khan, Mr. Romans ran through discussed the proposed subdivision as well as the architectural features. We noted in the beginning, that we are complying with the comments from both Water and Sewer as well as Department of Engineering. However, can you just briefly describe proposed civil component of this project, and in particular highlight the impervious coverage? I know there was a question from our planner. Just wanted to discuss that as well.
Sure. And I think you already heard the testimony. The plans that I'm showing are the same plans that were submitted. This is just an existing condition showing the location of existing buildings and the paved area or asphalt area and debris area. So all the improvements within the site will be removed. There are some questions in the engineer's report about there's a tank and some other features on site. So everything on site will be removed to accommodate the new project. And as you have heard from Mr. Roma's testimony, we are proposing 2 3-family units on proposed newly subdivided lots, and they have a common access through the center of the, I would say close to center of the property between the 2 houses. We have a driveway that leads from Sussex Avenue into the property. The parking is located in the rear. We have 3 spaces for each building to accommodate 1 parking space for each lot. We are proposing paver drive area. And the reason for the paver drive is that we are exceeding the lot coverage. 70% is required for each lot. And for lot 36.02, we are a little over 82%. And for lot 36.01, I think we are about, let me just give you the exact number. All right. We are at 76.2%. So even though the city of Newark, they don't allow us to take the credit for impervious or permeable pavers towards the pervious coverage, we decided that instead of adding asphalt in the rear, in order to offset some of the lot coverage exceedance, it's a good idea to provide permeable pavers to offset some of the runoff. In addition to that, we are also proposing stormwater management for each unit, for each building. We will have the dry wells located in the rear in the parking area. There is a separate dry wells for each lot, and the dry wells will be connected actually all the roof leaders will be connected to the dry wells to contain all the water from the proposed houses. In addition, we are proposing all new utilities for each unit, for each building. So there will be new utilities, including fire sprinkler line for the project. As Mr. Roma testified that we are proposing 2 shade trees, which is in compliance with the city ordinance. However, we are short 1 tree, on-site tree, because the parking that we are proposing for the project. So, however, there is an island in between the 2 spaces or 2 parking areas for each unit. We are proposing 1 shade tree in that area. Also, we are proposing lighting. There will be a combination of light pole mounted in the rear of the property, as well as the building mounted light fixtures. All these light fixtures are LED type, and they are full cutoff downward throw type units to avoid any, I would say, overflow of lights or to the adjacent properties. And we are in compliance with the city requirements. However, there are some comments in the engineer's report. We'll definitely look into it. And if we need to tighten up the lighting, we will be more than happy to take care of that. Then we also have a circulation plan, which shows the maneuvering of the cars or the parking for each space and for each building. And it shows that the car can easily, we have enough backup area, enough parking space. They can easily maneuver in and out of the parking spaces and safely to the street. There are some comments regarding providing a stop bar and sign at the entrance, which we don't have any issues, and we'll comply with those comments as well. I believe that's about it.
Thank you, Mr. I have no questions.
Thank you.
Sure.
Commissioners, questions or comments for the engineer? Mr. Trafficante.
Yes, sir.
We're still on those, sir.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Mr. Khan, in the Department of Engineers report to the Planning Board dated June 30th, 2025, I believe on page 3, under item 6, Site Development Plan, Roman numeral 9. Revised the site plan to clearly show dimensions for proposed parking spaces number 1 and number 6 in compliance with section 41:8-3-1-3 of the City Code. According to section 41:8-3-1-3, parking spaces located next to a high curb or wall are required to be 9 feet wide. Rating plan indicates high curbs greater than 6 inches to be constructed next to proposed parking spaces number 1 and number 6. Site development plan notes parking spaces number 1 and number 6 to be 8 feet 6 inches wide. Is that something you're going to need a design waiver or variance for? Or
No, we will. I think they're complying. If not, then we can comply with the 9 feet, and we can adjust the curb on those sides.
All right, because it looks like, except for that curbed island along the common side yard property line, you're building right up to the property line, because your plan shows what appears to be a retaining wall to the east and west. To the east of, I guess, lot 3601 and to the west of lot 3602, if I got the lot numbers right. Yeah.
Yeah, 36.02 is to the left of the screen and 36.01 to the right.
Okay, and you show what appears to be a wall along the east side of 3601 and what appears to be a wall along the west side of 3602.
No, actually, it's a curb. It's top of a curb, top of pavement, and bottom of curb. So it's not a wall, it's a curb. So we can adjust the width of adjust the curb in that area. And if they are not 9 feet, we can accommodate that. We can provide that 9 feet.
All right, so either one or two things is going to happen. Either you make those two spaces 9 feet wide, or you just the height of the curb, so it's not more than 6 inches. Either one can.
Yeah, actually, the height of the curb is, yeah, we will look into it and we will comply.
Yeah, all right, because you got top of curb, bottom curb, and it's about 0.9 feet on the left.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you show almost 1.5 feet between top curb and bottom of curb, 1.45 feet. So that's a high curb. So, but you can comply.
But yeah, we will comply, yes.
All right. And as far as lighting, you can comply with all the other issues regarding minimum lighting?
Yes.
All right.
We'll comply
No
with
further
everything in
comments.
your
Thank
report,
you.
Mr. Trafficante.
Thank you. Commissioners, any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Next one.
Last but not least, our planner, Matt Flynn.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
I don't see him, Mr. Beck. Oh, there he is.
No, I have half a screen because I have
There you
so
go.
many people on the up screen. Hold on.
He's there. He's there.
Hi, Mr. Beck. I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation to this application.
Matt Flynn, FLYNN, project planner.
Thank you. Counsel?
Your license still current, sir?
Yes.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Flynn, you've heard testimony that tonight we're seeking relief on 2 variances, the exceeding the impervious lot coverage as well as not having 1 on-site tree. Can you briefly describe the planning testimony and the justification that we're seeking for the relief?
I will. With the chair's permission, I do have an exhibit that I'd like to present. I'll put it on the screen now. Just, Ms. Moore, just let me know what we should call this. Marcia, what exhibit
It will
number are
be
we on?
A2. I will be A2.
Okay.
And how many pages, Matt?
Just 2 pages.
Something happened. Something here.
We can continue. So it'll be A2 consistent of 2 pages.
Correct. Yeah. So basically, really, what this application comes down to is we have to look at what's out there today. And Mr. Roma did put his exhibit up there earlier, showing the existing conditions. Here's maybe a more recent shot taken earlier today by my office with a drone, showing the existing conditions of the property. Here we're talking about an existing non-conforming use. Here we're in a residential zone, and this, I would say, stands in stark contrast to the intent of that residential zone. Obviously, we want residential here, and that's what we're proposing this evening. Just flipping down here to show an aerial view of the same property there. Again, just giving the board a nice view of what's out there today. One of the things that I should note here is that the existing building is pushed all the way back to the rear property line, also to that right side property line as well, forming that L shape. By virtue of our application, we are, I would say, providing a more normal lot layout by bringing that building mass closer to the front of the property there. All setback requirements are being met, so all of that separation between our building and any other neighboring properties, that's all built into that compliance with the setback variances. Really, I would say that in terms of zone compliance, the building itself, both buildings are actually completely compliant with zoning in terms of building height, again, in terms of setbacks, building coverage. So here we're clearly not talking about any excessively sized buildings by any means. In fact, if we look at Mr. Roma's zone chart, we can see that substantial conformance with all setbacks, building coverage, and things of that nature. So really just to tie all of that into the statutory criteria here, here we're looking at the R3 residential zone where 1, 2, 3, and 4 family dwellings are permitted. So here we are looking at 2 permitted uses, again, changing that existing non-conforming land use to one that will be conforming with the zone. The only relief that we're requesting this evening, again, is impervious coverage as well as that 1 on-site tree. To justify all of that, I think we can look to the C2 balancing test, where the benefits of the application as a whole substantially outweigh any detriments. The pull-in case tells us that we don't need to look at the benefits accruing from each individual variance, but again, we can look to the application as a whole. And here, I think clearly we are vastly improving the existing conditions, making it more in line with residential, again, bringing that building massing away from our neighbors, all of which goes towards purpose A of the municipal land use law, which is promotion of the general welfare. Purpose G, variety of uses in appropriate locations. Again, we're talking about 2 permitted uses, replacing a non-permitted use. Purpose I, desirable visual environment. Again, cleaning up an unsightly property, moving that building mass, which I think is going to be more appropriate. And again, I think Mr. Roma's renderings really speak for themselves. These are going to be highly aesthetic buildings that are really going to add to the streetscape, not detract. Purpose M, efficient use of land. Again, the substantial compliance with zoning. And like I said, both buildings are completely compliant here. So just to run through the negative criteria in terms of zone compliance, all dimensional relief or all dimensional requirements are met. Lot area, lot width, lot depth, building height, setbacks, building coverage, and parking. In terms of the coverage, again, we are able to effectuate a compliant parking situation here. But to the extent that we do need coverage relief, I would note for the board that there is a playground nearby that does have there is a park nearby that does have a playground. Branchbrook Park is not far away. And I think Mr. Roma mentioned that we do have that 40% impervious paver that's being utilized on this property, which I think is a mitigating factor in terms of the coverage. So really all said, I think this is a appropriate application, giving not only what's out there today, not only the improvements that we're proposing here, but also it's right in line with what the zoning ordinance, I think, wants for the R3 zone, substantially compliant in terms of zoning, and I think the approval for the minor relief is warranted here.
Thank you, Mr. Flynn. Chair, no further questions.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, questions or comments for the plan? Hearing none. Any questions or comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
Move it.
Moved by Commissioner Austin, second by Commissioner Baez.
Oh, it's about time if I had to get that. I was going to give it to her before, but.
Roll call. Sir.
Commissioner Purdy.
Yes.
Commissioner Baez.
Yes.
Commissioner Timmons.
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott Roundtree.
Absent. She said she was having trouble hearing.
Commissioner Austin.
Yes.
Co-Chair Richard.
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes, your application has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a
very
good
much.
evening.
Let's go to CPB 25-31, which is 230-234, 14th Avenue. Mr. Hockaday.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Chairman and
How are you,
members.
sir?
How are you?
Good.
Okay, I'm the attorney for the applicant here on the behalf of an application for preliminary and final site plan approval under CPB 2531. And that's 230-234 14th Avenue in the great city of Newark. This project includes a development of a 3-story residential building consisting of 9 total dwelling units, supported by 7 on-site parking spaces, 2 EV parking spaces included with that. We're going to be asking for some relief today for C variances as well as conditional use approval and site plan approval. We have professionals here on the ready to testify regarding the benefits of this project.
Mr. Chairman, before we begin with the witnesses, counsel.
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to review the letters from water, sewer, engineering, planning, and any other letters that may have been issued on behalf of the city related to this application?
Yes, I did, and our professionals did as well, and they indicated that they can comply with those.
They'll comply with all issues that are associated with all the letters.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
Please continue, sir.
Okay, thank you. Our first witness will be Paolo Dantes of Dantes Correcti Architecture.
He should be joining now, Mr. Hockaday. 1 second, Mr. Beck.
Okay, no problem. Okay, welcome, Mr. Dantes.
You.
Good evening. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
Yes.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation to this application.
Sure. My name is Paulo Dantas. First name is Paulo, Paulo. Last name is Dantas, Dantas. And I am the owner and partner of Dantas Correct Architectural, located in 427 Chestnut Street, Union, New Jersey.
Thank you, counsel and Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you so much. Mr. Dantas, would you just walk us through?
Now,
all-
let's get Mr. Dantes qualified.
Go right ahead.
I graduated from New Jersey Institute of Technology in the year 2002 with a Bachelor's of Architecture. I have been licensed in the state of New Jersey since 2007. I have testified in various boards throughout various counties and along with Newark, and my license is up to current.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Dantes, can you walk us through the architectural layout of this building?
Sure. Okay. The project scope consists of a 3-story, 9-unit apartment building. On the ground will contain the main entrances with an ADA compliant apartment. Above the other 2 stories, we'll have the remaining 8 residential units. On our sheet A100, we have a building that is going to be categorized as an R2, construction type 5A, and we will be complying with all the buildings code requirements as per New Jersey. The ground floor is approximately 1,505 square feet, and the residential unit within that ground floor is 883 square feet. The remaining square footage is reserved for the stairs, vestibule, and mechanical spaces. The second and third floor, we are totaling of 4,273 square feet on each floor, and we'll be having 4 apartments of approximately each apartment with 1 bedroom of 933 square feet each one. And we will have also rooftop amenity, which will consist of about 507 square feet. 507 square feet. We are introducing a rendering that was submitted within that, depicting not only the materials, but approximate also the colors of the material. On the ground floor. Second. On the ground floor, we are proposing a residential unit, has an open plan concept, living dining, kitchen area, along with a bedroom, bathroom, mechanical closet, and a laundry closet. Within the unit will be ADA accessible and compliant again with the building code requirements. The remainder of the ground floor will include enclosed staircase, which will provide access to the 2 stories above, a main vestibule having accessibility from the front and also from the rear of the parking, and accessibility also to the refuge. Within that, we still have a utility room and a sprinkler room on the ground area. A300, excuse me. Each floor will have 4 1-bedroom residential apartments. Each apartment will have an open plan concept, living, dining, a kitchen area, along with a bedroom, bathroom, mechanical closet, and a laundry closet. And those are stipulated not only in the second, but also on the third floor. The difference is we'll have accessibility to the roof plan, to the rooftop. This will be depicted in our roof plan. This is also will be a common area that the tenants will be able to use. On a roof plan, we are providing an area with all the condensing units. Obviously, it will be all screened. Still, we have the enclosed stair being accommodated, and we have a rooftop area of about 345 square feet, in which we'll have some type of material of Trex and aluminum railing in order at the top. 1 second. Excuse me, sorry. For building elevation, A600 and 601 is the front facades. And if I can, just get a bit delay. I think it will be better depict from my testimony some of the renderings. This is a corner lot. It will have 2 facades and we'll have 2 street fronts. What we're looking to propose as design is to integrate some modern architectural elements and also incorporating new design trend and aesthetics. We try to avoid the monolithic and continuous structure. We introduce not only the vertical but horizontal movements with a variety of facade depths. This could be achieved not only through the back and forth of the building itself, but then along with the materials. Throughout the material changes, incorporating some canopies at the ground and also materials breaking the three-story facade. Some of the materials that we're looking to incorporate, it's a brick veneer, fiber cement clapboard siding, party board, fiber cement panels, metal and aluminum canopies, windows, aluminum storefronts at the main entrance. And I believe we even have aluminum siding as well incorporated within this. And this concludes my testimony.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, questions or comments for the architect? Mr. Byers.
Yeah, Chair. Thank you right away. It looks beautiful. That's a comment, but I see there's only one bedroom apartment. Again. I keep and tell the development that we need family 2 and 3 bedroom apartment. I see it's only one bedroom, all of them. Come on, especially on 14th Avenue. A lot of family up there. For the future, I already said it. We got a lot of family in Newark. We need those 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. That's all, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner, any other questions or comments? Hearing none. Next witness.
Okay, thank you so much. I'd like to call our engineer, John Manilio, of Mantera Design.
Getting sworn in, Mr. Beck.
Getting to
He's
the
there.
screen. There you go.
there.
Thank you, Mr. Manilio. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be truthful?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and affiliation to this application.
Sure. Legal name is Giovanni, Giovanni. Last name Manilio, Manilio. President of Mantera Design, civil engineer for the project.
Thank you. Counsel?
Okay, Mr. Manilio, just confirm again that you've reviewed all of the professional reports from the city of Newark and that we have no issues with compliance.
Yeah, no issues. We'll talk about lighting. We are asking for some relief, but we are going to comply to the best of our ability with one of those items, and the other item we could comply with completely. But that'll be part of my testimony.
Okay, well, go right ahead describing the
Sure.
site conditions and engineering.
Chair, do you need my qualifications, or are we good?
Please.
Okay, so I have a Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering from Syracuse University. I've been licensed in the state for the past 16 years, licensed in good standing, testified in front of this board numerous times in the past.
You're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you. So I'm just going to share my screen real quick. Just let me know when you can see it. I do have 2 exhibits tonight to present. One's an aerial exhibit. I'm not sure if we have an exhibit number that we're up to, but it's entitled 234 14th Avenue. Aerial exhibit. It's an aerial of this general vicinity with the property highlighted in yellow. As you can see, the property is located on the southeast corner of 14th Avenue and South 11th Street. Pretty much rectangular in size with a lot area of 5,285 square feet, 0.121 acres. Looking out through historic aerials and street view, it appears that up to somewhere between 2012 and 2015, there was a structure on the property which was since demolished, but since then it's been vacant. To the west of us is the Great Oaks Legacy Charter School. To the south, there are several multifamily, almost like row homes to the south. To the north, not shown on this aerial, it's a little dated. It looks like there's a new 4-family directly to the north of us and a commercial property as well to the north of us. And then to the east, this piece of property is vacant. Next exhibit that I'm going to refer to is a color rendition of the site plan called 234 14th Avenue, entitled Site Rendering. So as the architect, Mr. Dantas, had testified earlier, we are proposing a 9-unit low-rise multifamily building. So what's shown here, the dark brown represents the first floor. And I'm not sure if you guys can see, but the lighter brown represents the upper stories that cover the parking area. We are proposing 9 units total, 1 unit on the first floor, and then 4 units on the second and third floor. Access to the site will be off of South 11th Street with a driveway that's 20 feet wide at the driveway opening, and it does extend to 23 feet in the parking area to provide maneuverability. We are proposing 7 physical parking spaces in the parking area. Again, this is located on the ground floor, below the second and third floors of the building. 2 of the spaces are EV, and 1 of them is ADA. I believe there was comments both in the board engineer and board planner's comments regarding the size of the spaces. Per the city code, 8.5 by 18 is required, which we do comply with. But we do have 2 spaces that are 8 by 18, and again, those are ADA parking spaces. 1 is ADA, and 1 is an EV ADA parking space as required by code. So those comply with the federal mandates as far as parking stall sizes. If the board feels strongly, we can restripe it to have 11-foot space for the handicap space and a 5-foot aisle, which would still be in compliance as well. Additionally, we are asking for a waiver on the second EV parking stall size. Per the ordinance, the requirement is a 9 by 18 space. Again, this complies with the regular parking spaces, but not with the EV section of the ordinance. Even though we have 7 physical spaces with the EV credit, we do have 8 spaces being provided. Given the 9 units that are being proposed, 9 parking spaces are required. So we are asking for relief on 1 parking space, and our traffic engineer can give you a little more testimony regarding parking study that was done, but there was numerous or many parking spaces available in the general vicinity for parking. As far as micro-mobility, we are proposing 2 bike racks at the end of the parking aisle. They'll be bolted down to the concrete. I believe that was a comment from the board planner. So that's how that's being secured, and that meets the requirement for micro-mobility. Additionally, on site, we are proposing a stormwater detention system that's below grade. All the utilities were previously shown to be off of 14th Ave. But per the comments offered by Water and Sewer, the recommendation was to move all the utilities to South 11th Street, and we have no issues with that as well. Landscaping consists of shade trees along both 14th and South 11th. I believe 4 shade trees are required, where we have 5. We are not proposing any trees on the site, given the limited availability for planting of those trees. So we'll work with the city, and if we have to pay into the tree bank, we have no issues with that as well. As far as site lighting, we are proposing a series of lighting underneath the canopy of the parking area and building mounted lights as well. There was some relief or some variances that were noted both in the board planner and board engineer's letter. One of them, we were over on lighting in the, I guess, pedestrian and bikeway. That one we will comply with. We will revise the lighting to be in compliance with the maximum illumination. The second was, I believe the board planner had mentioned that we were over on lighting at the property line. We're at 3.3 foot candles, but that was at the driveway and at the front property line, not at the neighbor's property line. We do comply with the lighting trespass on both the residential side property lines, but we are asking relief on that lighting. And reason being, that is for safety purposes, that is the main driveway in and out. So we believe that the additional lighting at the intersection of that driveway could be granted without any detriment to the neighbors. And then there was also a comment that I guess structured parking needs to have, or covered parking needs to have a minimum 2 foot candles, where we have at this corner 0.5 foot candles. So that one I think is going to be tough to comply with, just given the proximity to the neighbor's property line. If we're at 2 foot candles, I don't believe we'll be able to get the 1 foot candle at the property line, given the vicinity. So we're willing to work with your board engineer and with your board planner in trying to increase the lighting as much as possible to get as close to the 2 foot candles, but knowing that we would probably still require relief on the lighting. As far as zoning conformance or variances that are being required, We are asking for relief on front yard setback. So the requirement is that we provide whatever the prevailing front yard is or 6-foot minimum. Along South 11th, there is a prevailing of 12.3 feet where 0 feet is being proposed. Along 14th, there is no building currently out there, so 6 feet is required where 0 feet again is being proposed. Lot coverage, 70% is permitted, where the lot coverage is 81.4%. Impervious coverage, 93.7% is provided, where 75% is permitted. Again, I think we can handle that with the stormwater that's being proposed as part of this project. Building transparency for the front, rear, and side, I believe was mentioned by the project architect. Access to all the units. So majority units, access comes off the vestibule and the front entrance, but the first floor unit is accessed off the parking lot side. Number of parking spaces, as mentioned earlier, 9 spaces are required, where 8 spaces are being proposed. Landscaping trees within a parking area, off-street parking area, none are provided. And additionally, with the landscaping, 15% is required, where no landscaping is proposed. Obviously underneath the building. Buffer, so 3 items were mentioned for buffer, that no buffer was provided. Speaking to the applicant, we have no issues providing a ornamental fence along both property lines with the neighbors, which will comply with the buffer requirement for both of those sides. So I think that eliminates that requirement. Width of the buffer, 5 feet is required, where 1.5 feet is the minimum here at the parking area. And we do have parking within that 5-foot buffer as well. So that is another relief that's being requested. I believe that wraps up the request for design waivers and variances and my testimony. If there's any questions from the board or the public.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioners, questions or comments?
If I
Mr.
could,
Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, just to make the record clear, Exhibit A1 is the aerial overlay and Exhibit A2 is the site rendering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Trafficante.
Yes, Chairman. Mr. Manilio, you have a copy of the Department of Engineers report to the Planning Board dated June 26, 2025.
Yes, sir.
All right. There was a comment regarding, and you did mention on it, you did provide testimony to it to some extent. I just want to clarify. All right. Yeah, the parking spaces. Okay. Yes, and parking spaces in the lower right-hand corner, especially the
Correct.
EV. Yeah, the E1,
Yes.
the first EV. That one, yeah.
Yep.
Right. Doesn't that have to be 8.5 feet wide?
So the requirement for EV parking spaces per the state is that at least one has to be striped or as ADA as far as dimension wise. And also, I believe the city's ordinance also says that the spaces have to be 9 by 18 for EV, with the exception of ADA accessible ones.
All right, so make the handicap spot you got in the corner, the one with the wheelchair, make that EV, and then make it 11 by 5 and see if you can restripe it. You may have to move the curb a 1/2 foot to get your 6 inches, but is that something possible?
Yeah, I can move the curb, but the EV, so the way the state code is written, I can talk to you about this later, Charlie, too, in more detail, but the way the state code is written, it's not supposed to be marked as ADA, but it's supposed to be dimensioned as ADA.
Yeah.
But yeah, we could work with you. If you want the 11 by 5, I can make this, I can even make this the EV parking space that has the 5 foot, and that would comply with the, so yeah, there's a way. If anything, we have to make this 6 inches a little bigger.
All right, but there's a way you can find to
Yes,
make
sir.
all the spaces. All right. So last question, regarding lighting, city ordinance. All right, again, if I go to, let's see. Page 6, under item 8, lighting plan.
Correct.
Okay. Roman numeral 2, according to section 41:16-6-2-2-L of the Newark zoning land use regulations, Minimum required illumination level within a covered or enclosed parking garage is 2 foot candles. Lighting plan indicates a minimum of 0.7 foot candles at the south side, southeast corner of the indoor parking garage, and a minimum of 0.6 foot candles at the east side of the indoor parking garage. I know
Correct.
you said that you're close to the property line, but is there any way you could put a wall mounted instead of a ceiling mounted light fixture next to on the nearest columns in those locations to meet the minimum of 2?
I don't believe so. Just I don't think it's possible to get from 2 foot candles to 1 foot candle in a foot and a half. So I was saying we could get as close as possible. I'm sure we could get probably to maybe 1.5, Charlie, on that. But I think it's gonna be hard to drop a foot candle within a foot and a half of space without having a wall.
What happens if you lower the ceiling mounted light fixture in those corners? Like a foot or a half a foot and increase intensity to meet the 2? Is that a
I'm sorry, so
possibility?
you're saying mount the light like a foot off the ground?
No,
No,
lower. Whatever, in those corners, the ceiling mounted light fixtures you got suspended above, just in those 2 spots, if you could lower the height from the ceiling to increase
Again, we could
intensity.
try, but I don't think it's gonna work. I've done many of these.
All right.
Yeah. So like I said,
I'll
we'll
come
work
right to
and
the
try to
point,
get
Mr.
it.
Manilio.
Yeah.
The concern is public safety.
Correct.
Again, I'm
Yep.
worried about somebody getting hit, or someone walking to and from their bicycle and the bike rack, or someone walking to and from their parked car, or their family's parked car, that they don't get hit at night. And I know parking spaces, so the ones, 5 of them extend from beyond under the building along, I guess, the south property line. So that's the concern there. So
Yeah, I hear you. And like I said, we will do our best to get it as close as possible.
Yeah.
But if I tell you I'll be able to get it to 2 foot candles, I don't think I can with
Well,
certainty.
last suggestion is a pole mounted light fixture in those areas, in the corners, behind the curb.
Yep, we could try pole or bollard lights as well. But again, like I said, I don't think we'll hit the 2 foot candles in that corner without
and-
having spillage on the neighbor's property.
Well, you also said you're gonna put a fence along the south and east property line, so I thought that would help serve as a buffer to prevent spillage.
Yep, we are putting a fence, but we can't have a solid fence per
Yeah.
the code for a side yard since it's a corner lot.
And what's that? Is that a retaining wall?
It's a 2 foot retaining wall. We're on the high side though.
All right, well, you could always see about maybe putting a bollard 18 inches off the ground as a last resort.
Yep, like I said, we'll work with your office and
see what you can do.
Exactly.
All right. No further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does that complete your presentation, sir?
Yes, it does.
Commissioners, any questions or comments? Hearing none. Next witness.
Okay, our next witness will be our traffic engineer, Lee Klein.
Good evening. Yes, good evening, Mr. Klein. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give this board shall be truthful?
I do.
Please state your name and affiliation to this application and mention your qualifications under advice of your counsel.
Good evening. My name is Lee, middle initial D as in Daniel, Klein, K-L-E-I-N. I'm the principal of Klein Traffic Consulting. I'm the project traffic engineer. I'm a professional engineer in the state of New Jersey. My license is current and in good standing. I'm also a nationally certified professional traffic operations engineer, and that certification is also current and in good standing. I've been accepted as an expert before well over 150 planning and zoning boards throughout New Jersey, including this board.
And you're accepted by the board. Please continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank
So
you.
I prepared, okay.
Go right ahead, Mr. Klein.
I prepared a traffic engineering and parking evaluation report dated October 30th, 2024. And in that report, I calculated the trip generation for the 9 proposed dwelling units. We're expecting to see 0 trips coming in and 3 trips coming out during the peak hour for a total of 3 peak hour trips in the morning. And then in the evening peak hour, 2 trips in and 2 trips out for a total of 4. When the trip generation is so low like this, we don't typically do traffic counts and traffic analysis of the site driveway, or certainly not an adjacent intersection. So that's really not warranted here. The traffic volumes on the streets would vary by more than 3 or 4 trips in any one peak hour in any day of the week. So we as you heard earlier, we're proposing 7 physical parking spaces, which gives us the equivalent of 8 parking spaces, where we require 9 parking spaces for 9 units. So I needed to find 1 parking space on the street within a reasonable walking distance of the property. There was a typo on my table. I actually looked at it within 500 feet of the site, and I actually was able to focus on our side of 14th and our side of 11th, so people wouldn't even have to cross the street. So I did the analysis and I came up with approximately the capacity of approximately 36 parallel park spaces on the block faces around our property. And during those times, I was able to find no fewer than 11 available parking spaces. I went out on one Thursday evening, September 26th, between 10 p.m. and midnight. And toward midnight, I found 11 available parking spaces. I also went out on Saturday, September 28th, and I found no fewer than 13 available parking spaces on 14th Avenue and South 11th Avenue. So in my professional opinion, the number of parking spaces available on street will more than adequately meet the parking demands of the 9 units and the 9 parking spaces and make up and mitigate for the deficiency of 1 parking space. That's my testimony.
Okay.
All right. Short and sweet. Commissioners, any questions or I see Mr. Traficante. You're still on oath, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Klein, do you have the copy of the Department of Engineering's memorandum to the planning board dated June 10th, 2025 regarding the review of your traffic engineering and parking evaluation services letter?
Yes, I do.
All right. On page 2, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullet point down. Applicant's traffic engineer shall provide testimony to the board if the 36 actual parallel parking spaces are within 300 feet of the subject site along 14th Avenue and South 11th Street, and if not, what is the actual number of parking spaces within a 300 feet radius of the subject site? Correct me if I'm wrong, your study reference went to 500 feet.
Correct. Yes. And so I would say that 75 or 60 or 75% of the spaces that I was able to find were definitely within 300 feet of the subject property.
So the one space you need is within 300 feet. Fair to say, is it fair to say that the one space your client needs is within 300 feet of the site?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right. All right. Otherwise, the other requests for additional parking studies, is that something you'd be willing to do as a recommended condition of approval?
Well, I did one weekday evening late at night, and I did one weekend, a Saturday morning. We're only looking for 1 parking space, so I didn't feel it was warranted to go back out and do any more hours of parking.
All right. All right. No further questions. Thank you.
Sir. Commissioners, any other questions or comments regarding this application? Hearing none. Are there any questions or comments from the public?
Seeing none at this time, Chair.
In that case, I need a motion.
I'm moving the chair, but please, next time, get some 3-bedroom apartment. Can we please? Thank you.
Moved by Commissioner Baez. Is there a second?
Seconded.
Second by Co-Chair Richard. Roll call, Madam Secretary.
Commissioner Purdy,
Yes.
Commissioner Baez,
Yes.
Commissioner Timmons,
Yes.
Commissioner De Silva,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott Roundtree,
Absent.
Commissioner Austin,
Yes.
Co-Chair Richard,
Yes.
Chair Richardson.
Yes. The application has been approved. Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Beck, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have a number of resolutions from the June 23rd meeting to memorialize, and they are as follows. CPB 25-26, 355-365 Morris Avenue, CPB 25-24, 40-44 Carteret Street, CPB 2420, an extension 538-540 South 16th, CPB 25-11, 22-26 Pierce Street, CPB 20-37, 707-721 Broad Street, another extension. And lastly, CPB 24-111, 327-329 7th Avenue. All those commissioners that voted permanently can vote permanently to memorialize same. Thank you.
Think that concludes our business for tonight. Our next meeting will be July 21st.
Oh, my Lord.
Please stay safe. It's a heat wave out there. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and good to
Chair
see you
Richardson,
all.
can I offer an apology tonight to my fellow commissioners?
Apology accepted.
I've been, my sound and video been back and forth, in and out. I am outside in my car. I could hear some of it. One time I looked, I wasn't even in the meeting. I came back in. I texted Carissa. I said, "Can you hear me?" She said, "No." I think I called the commissioner. The last vote, I was saying yes.
Okay.
I missed the rest. But anyway, thank you.
All right. So we'll try to do better next time.
We'll try to do better. Thank you all for
More
understanding. I love you
three-bedroom
guys.
apartment, please, Chair.